As we get for this week's proceedings on the Senzo Meyiwa case, again, my trusted Nigerian media at the moment keeps giving Elton Hart a moment to give us his analysis on the case, alright? So, as we know, our captain media seems to have stopped asking for his legal thought. So, here he takes a look at last week's proceedings on how Brigadier Gininda seems to be doing damage control. That's what he said, okay? So he compares his testimony that he gave in a trial within a trial to the one that he's currently giving and saying that how contradictory it is, and also talks about Zungu. Okay, like how is he not being questioned? How is he not arrested? Right. So Alton does not mince his words. Okay, and favor the states as we have seen. Okay, in our mainstream media. So he calls a spade, in my opinion. And I, for one, love his analysis and pray for his safety. Because we've heard how this case has eliminated, all right, a lot of people, and how the guys that are actually doing a spectacular job at dissecting the proceedings have been followed, have been threatened. People like Bongani and Clantis, they have been vocal about it as well. So you guys do also check them out, as well as Mzansi Reality, who I started following way back, okay, way back until they started also doing the docu Netflix series on the Senzo Meyiwa case. So you can go check them out as well. Those are my most trusted people that I follow. I will be giving you like side update, guys, because I don't think I can do it like that. So big ups and kudos to them as well, right? Because that also just takes a whole lot of work, and especially what Emily does on Zanzi Reality. So yeah, right. So I do have a clip on Elton Hart. Hello, welcome to Entertainment's Galore, and this is your girl Missy. Please do like this video and subscribe to the channel if it is your first time here. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in.
Tell me, what's your take on Brigadier Gininda's testimony so far? Can you possibly explain the observed discrepancies between the lead investigation officer's previous testimony and his current statements?
Now, if I look at what he's testifying now compared to his previous testimony and statements made, I think he is technically busy now with damage control. He's trying to sort of fix what they've already broken. And my view was always that the case of Senzo Meyiwa was broken from the start. It was broken at the crime scene when there was sort of a tampering at the crime scene that occurred, and they overlooked that. They even left the crime scene unprotected or uncordoned off without actually taking the necessary precautions. So for me, I think the case was already broken there at the beginning. And when he was now questioned about these sort of inaccuracies in collection of evidence, and also the possibility of tampering happening, and that the original crime scene is not there. Now he's coming back after hearing everything that was said, and now I think he's trying to make sure that he's steering the boat in a direction so that they can actually now damage control, and saying that he doesn't know of docket 375's existence. Well, he, in his own testimony, then says there was a disagreement amongst investigators. So how can you come to court and say, I didn't know about it, if you know there was a disagreement? And that led to the second docket. So for me, I think it's more damage control that he's trying to do to make sure he sort of give evidence that he's sort of incriminating the 5 accused before court currently.
I mean, how do discrepancies in testimonies like those displayed by the lead investigation officer affect the credibility of the prosecution's case?
No, indeed, the court will have to make a credibility finding looking at the witness specifically to see if that witness evidence can be accepted as the truth. And remember, in criminal cases, you have to prove beyond reasonable doubt. And here already, him coming and doing what I refer to as damage control shows already there's discrepancies. And if there's discrepancies in the evidence, then obviously the doubt should be given to the people in the accused box that standing trial currently for the murder of the soccer star. So for me, Gininda coming now and trying to do this damage control will speak to his credibility, because all along, if he said he knew about the disagreement, there's a possible other theory, why was it never investigated? Why do you sort of guard against that investigation and that evidence being introduced here? So if there's a possibility and another investigator tells you, listen, my man, you look at the evidence and you see this, but we look at the evidence and we see this. Should we not investigate all possible avenues, because you need to treat all people before the law equal? And here currently you're seeing that they do their utmost best to just say these 5 guys in the dock currently is responsible for the death of Senzo Meyiwa.
Let's look at the lead investigator. I mean, the lead investigator utilized Zungu's testimony, which is reportedly based on what he heard from his father. Now, how does the inclusion of hearsay evidence impact the overall integrity of the trial? And can you also share with us, in your opinion, is there a legal justification for the use of Zungu's hearsay testimony?
No, when we go back to Zungu, and Zungu was used as a surprise witness at some stage, coming back to say that he heard them speaking about certain things and he saw them at certain hostels and he saw. So it was a surprise witness. But for me, Zungu, having sat on that type of information, I think for a better 4, 5, 6 years, and not coming to the fore with it being a police officer, for me, I already question his credibility to say that I will not take him serious, because the moment Senzo Meyiwa was a big guy in South Africa, everybody knew him. So the moment you read in the newspapers that the Orlando Pirates goalkeeper is killed, we all know who's the Orlando Pirates goalkeeper. Why did you not be forthcoming with certain information, connecting the dots and saying, but around this time, I also see suspicious behavior, and come up with it? So for me, I would treat it with a pinch of salt. And even for me, I would not say that he's a credible witness. And on top of that, him making all these allegations as a police officer, saying that I was sitting on this incriminating evidence, he's got a duty to disclose these things. He never disclosed it, of crimes that was committed. Why is he not charged? Because he said he saw one of his nephews shot somebody. Why is he not questioned and even charged? Because as a police officer, you have a duty to report crimes. He didn't do it. Only in when the trial started, we suddenly learned that Zungu has this valuable information. So for me, I would question his credibility from the get-go and not even consider it credible. And then obviously, most of the things that he said was also hearsay. So somebody else must corroborate what he said. And I don't think we have seen a witness corroborating already what he said.